Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. Today's reading is taking a look at your relationship from Spirit's point of view. Getting guidance from them, getting input, insight, advice, whatever they want to tell you about your relationship. Hopefully it's what you want to know. So I've already done the readings. This intro is being recorded after the readings, and these cards came up in the reading. So you can pick your group based on the card or the number. Whatever is pulling for you to attach to it, that's the one I would suggest you go to. And obviously if you get in there and it's not the right reading for you, you can always try one of the others. But group 1, your card is number 23, and this is a girl who is flying away on the back of a bee. Group 2 is card number 7, and here we have a girl with, Humpty Dumpty on her lap, and the eggshell is cracked open, and looks like she's trying to fix it, or fix him. And group 3 is card number 28, and we have a girl pinning an ice cream cone down and eating his eyeball. Sounds gruesome, but don't worry, none of these readings are gruesome, so don't take that too literally. All right, y'all, so all you have to do is go down into the description box, click on the timestamp of the reading you want to watch, or in the chapter down below, and it will take you right there, and I will see you in your reading. Thanks, y'all. Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. Okay, we're gonna get some spirit messages today about your relationship, your love life. I don't know exactly what it's going to be about. We'll find out as we get some cards out on the table. But let's start with some different oracle cards, and then I have tarot for you. Okay. All right. Your first card is pretending, fake, living beyond means. So maybe that means something to you. And the second one is legal, court paperwork filed. And if that doesn't mean anything to you yet, don't worry. We'll get into it. We'll find out exactly what everything means. All right. This card doesn't have any words on it. I read these intuitively, but it's card number 23. And we'll talk about that as we go as well. And the last one is card number 47, and it says optimism. Okay. All right. Some interesting cards there. All right, let's get some tarot on the table and see what else Spirit wants to tell us. What is going on with you in your relationship? All right, we have the Emperor reversed. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Empress reversed. Interesting. Okay, we're going to pull one more for advice. And the advice is 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. All right, give me just a sec. I want to take these in, see if I get any initial messages for you, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay. All right. Well, if this reading is for you, you're going to know it really quickly. You're essentially, your relationship is, this is for those of you who are in a marriage or in a committed partnership. Yeah, they're saying married. This is for those of you who are getting a divorce. Not a surprise to you. You already know this. They're saying you've been dealing with this for a while. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying it's about to get ugly, and they're saying you know that too, or you're anticipating it. You're not on the best of terms right now, you and your soon-to-be ex. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go over these 3 tarot cards, but I'm going to do them a little bit out of order here. We have the Emperor reversed and the Empress reversed. This is the 2 of you. Forget all gender aside, right? Man, woman, man, woman, doesn't matter. We just go with the cards, right? But the Emperor and the Empress are a match. They are counterparts. But in reverse, it's definitely no longer working. The Emperor, man or woman, doesn't matter, but this, I feel, is your person, your husband or wife. But they're really being kind of a bully. They're not used to not getting their way. They're not used to things not things going the way they want it to go, getting what they want, being the boss. They're used to being in control. And this sudden, feels like lack of control for them. They're not handling it well. They're not being their best self. We'll go with that. You, again, regardless of gender, are represented by the Empress reversed. You're not feeling yourself either. You're not your best self either, and you probably know that. Yours is a little bit more softer energy than theirs. They're saying you're not really talking to each other. Or if you are, it's not talking. It's anger, it's upset, it's accusations, it's insults. They're saying it has you feeling like you're shriveling up. If you look at this Empress, underneath her dress, it's like her petticoat is all these flowers and blossoms. And what they're showing me when, with this card in reverse is just like all these flowers just shriveling up. And so that's probably a bit how you feel. For some of you, this will not be for all of you, they're telling me for sure. For some of you, there is a child or a baby either on the way or in the picture. If you notice, she actually has a baby growing in her, well, in herself, but it's like a nest. But they are saying for some of you, there's a child or a baby coming or on the way that's in the picture, that's creating additional heartache. Okay. But in the middle of all this is the King of Cups. They're saying this is your salvation. This person, again, man or woman, is your anchor, is your rock, is your calm place, your happy place, the person you can rely on and feel loved, feel comfortable, feel safe with. So there is someone else in the picture. You may or may not be romantic. It may be a friend. That I can't say for sure, but I do see that this person is in the middle of the two of you. But he brings you, he or she, I say he because it's a king, but he brings you a welcome relief. Welcome relief. Okay. We're going to pull some more cards, get a little deeper, see what else Spirit wants to show us here. All right, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And we have the Ten of Cups reversed. I'm going to pull one more for the advice. We haven't talked about the advice yet, but go ahead and pull a card for it. And Three of Cups reversed. Okay. All right, your person, the Emperor reversed and the Knight of Wands. What I'm getting, and take this if it resonates, if it doesn't, it's meant for somebody else, but what I'm getting is that your soon-to-be ex was less than faithful. Do they know that already, Spirit? Yeah. Spirit's saying, if this is you, you already know it. So it's like, I'm not like spilling the beans. You're saying they weren't faithful. They weren't safe about their actions. And it's caused a lot of pain in your marriage and in your life. It's really unfortunate, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to look at you here. The Empress reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed. Your world feels like it's falling apart, right? all the cups are emptying. It's like the rug has been pulled out from under you. It is not a good feeling, and I'm really sorry that if that you're dealing with this. Spirit is saying you've got the strength to get through this. And when you get to the other side, you need to know, they are saying it's going to be so much better. This is not the end. This is a welcome beginning. And they're hoping you can see it that way. From their point of view, they're saying finally, he or she, like, they needed to go. They weren't good for you. Not that they're a bad person, but not good for you. You weren't good for each other. And you deserve to be happy. You both do, right? But we're talking to you, so. Okay. All right. And then there's this person in the middle. This King of Cups, together with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Tell me about that, Spirit. Yeah. Okay. They're saying the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. When the Nine of Pentacles is upright, it's very much a card of being alone, independent, self-sufficient, like alone but good with it. You know what I mean? Like happily independent and alone. In reverse, they're saying that it's this person is Spirit's way, the universe's way, whoever's helping you. Their way of helping you know, number one, that you're not alone in general, but to show you that you deserve love and that you're not going to be alone. Whether or not this person ends up being a romantic partner or is a romantic partner, whether they last, that I don't know. But they want you to, they are in your life. One of the reasons why they're in your life right now is to remind you that you're worthy. That this doesn't mean that you're going to be alone. You're not going to be alone. You're going to be with someone. It may very well be this King of Cups. I'm not getting anything there either way. So, yeah, this person makes you happy and will make you happy. Okay. Okay. So the advice from Spirit. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Three of Cups reversed. First off, they're saying, don't worry about what anybody else thinks or says. Don't worry about their opinions. If you notice this card in particular, this Nine of Swords, she has eyes all over her body. She's, basically naked, which is a very vulnerable way to be. And then all these eyes on her. And of course, the card is in reverse. But Spirit is saying, don't let the eyes that are on you rattle you, shake you up. Don't give them a second thought. Anyone you think knows what's going on, cares what's going on, has a comment about what's going on, don't give them a second thought. Don't worry about them. You take care of you. And with the Three of Cups reversed, they're saying let go of the people who don't surround you with love, who are there for the good times, right? But might be fair weather friends, sort of thing. Don't be afraid to let those people move on, because this is a new chapter for you. It's meant to be a new chapter, a brand new beginning. you know, the point in your life where down the road you'll look back and there'll be a before this happened and an after this happened. And you're going to be so glad you're on the other side of this. I promise you. So don't bring too much baggage along into this new beginning that you're heading into. And that includes people who don't love you and support you and surround you with that love and support that you need now. Okay? All right. They want me to pull an outcome card for you. And we have 3 of Pentacles. One more or no? Yeah, okay. Nope. Okay, keep going. Sorry, y'all. They're finding the right card for you. Okay. And 5 of Cups reversed. Interesting. So, the outcome. And it's interesting that it's this deck in particular. They picked the deck, so if you notice that this flower is made of bricks, you're going to be building something new with someone. And to be honest, it looks like 2 someones. So there, for some of you, there is a child in the picture. For others, it may be a pet. It may be an elderly parent, maybe. Anyway. They're telling me you're going to be building a life with someone who is going to love you like nobody else. And there's going to be 3 of you. So, I'm sure you know what that means. And the 5 of Cups reversed. The heartache, the despair, the regret, the disappointment, all those things that you're feeling right now, it won't be there forever. You will get past it. You will see that there is more on the other side of all of this than you are leaving behind. More happiness, more love, more compassion, more forgiveness on the other side of this. Those are their words, so. Okay, so let's talk about this here. I mean, I think we know now what these cards mean. You know, a court legal situation, pretending. I mean, your person clearly wasn't being very honest. Okay, hold on, they're saying there's more to it. They're talking about money issues as well. Someone wasn't quite honest about finances. They took advantage of you or a situation or something at work. They were disloyal and untruthful. So, okay, interesting. All right, this card, okay. So bees represent hard work. being dedicated to the Queen, being supportive. And they're telling me Spirit is sending you this person, right? This bee, this King of Cups, to help you, to help you get you out of this mess. And they're going to whisk you away, sweep you off your feet, pull you out of this. And then, of course, there's optimism. You have every reason to be optimistic. I am so devastated for you that you are dealing with all this. It feels like wreckage. But I do know, what they're showing me on the other side of this is strength and independence and love and happiness and just feeling safe and stable and secure and comfortable, either for the first time or for the first time in a long time. You have so much to look forward to. So much. All right, interesting reading. Obviously, it's not going to be for the masses out there, but if this was your reading, I hope it helped. Feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know anything you want to tell me. I read all the messages, and I appreciate them. And if it resonated, of course, I hope you'll give the reading a thumbs up. I do offer personal readings. If you want to book a reading on my website, you could do that, pink22tarot.com. And thank you so much for being here. I'm hoping and sending you lots of love and best wishes, y'all. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, Group 2, welcome to Pink 22 Tarot. So we are going to take a look at your relationship, your love situation, and specifically get some advice, some guidance, some insight from Spirit. So I've got some initial cards pulled, oracle cards, and then I've got some tarot we're going to look at as well. So let's look at the initial cards just to get us started. All right, first card is Divine Feminine. Then we have Done, Completion, Lesson Learned. All right. And this deck, it's an oracle deck from Nicolette Ciccoli, but there's no words on it. But it's card number 7. It just shows a girl with a cracked open Humpty Dumpty on her lap. And we'll know more about what that means as we get into the reading. And then the last card is card number 45, and it says Dead End. Now, don't let these cards scare you. It's definitely showing some, what looks like endings sort of cards, but that doesn't mean that that's necessarily what Spirit wants to tell you. I don't know. Until we get the tarot out on the table, we won't know exactly what the message is here. So hang in there. Now, if you've gone through a breakup recently, if a relationship has ended or has come to an end in some way, then obviously this may be resonating with you. But again, let's get the full picture from Spirit here. Okay, we have the Star reversed. We have Knight of Swords reversed. And Three of Cups reversed. And we're going to pull one more as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice is Six of Cups reversed. All right, give me just a sec. I just want to take all this in and listen for any initial messages that Spirit might have for you. And then we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay. All right. They're saying this is about a relationship that has ended, but for most of you, it ended a while ago. So this is not, or for most of you, not all of you, this is one that ended long enough ago that you've started to move on, but somehow you're revisiting the situation a little. Okay? Yeah, your person from the past may have come back into the picture recently, and maybe that's what you're looking at here. Yeah, Spirit is saying this reading is not, if you are in an active relationship, this probably isn't the right reading for you. Unless, no, they're telling me no. So you might want to pick one of the other groups. This is for those, so you don't have to worry. If you're in a relationship, doesn't mean your relationship's going to end. That's not this reading. This reading is for people who were in a relationship with someone. It already ended. You've started to move on, or you had moved on, and now they seem to be back in the picture. If they're not actually back in the picture, you may be communicating somewhat, or you might just be remembering, they might just be back in your thoughts and your feelings. Okay. Hold on one sec. All right. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. All right. So let's look at the cards. We have the Star reversed. Yeah, Spirit's saying that you're not, even though this person has been in your thoughts, in your mind, possibly in your messages, in your inbox, you're not necessarily feeling very optimistic about it. You've been hurt. You've been wounded. You've been on the defensive with this person. You've been through it all. And you've managed to pick yourself up and become stronger for it. So you're not necessarily thinking this is something that's going to be a good thing. I don't get that you are dead against it either. Maybe some of you are, but the biggest feeling I'm getting is that you're hesitant. All right, then we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Spirit saying you don't know what to do. You don't know how to react to this person if they are reaching out to you. You don't know whether to reach out to them if they're just like been popping up in your, in your mind. Maybe, maybe you've been dreaming about them. For whatever reason, they're sort of in your energy field. Spirit saying you don't necessarily know what to say or how to handle the situation right now. And then we have the Three of Cups reversed. Again, they're saying you don't know if this is a good thing or not. You don't know whether to be happy about the idea of this person coming back around or whether to just be frustrated with the whole idea of it. Okay. We're going to get a little deeper. We're going to pull some more cards and see what else Spirit has to say about this. Feels like a lot of confusion on your part, for sure. Spirit saying you really had very deep, strong feelings for this person. This was not a casual fling, nothing like that. You really had some deep feelings for them. Spirit saying they had them for you too. Regardless of what happened, it doesn't change the fact that they had feelings for you and have feelings for you. If you're only getting, if you haven't actually heard from them, but you've just been thinking about them a lot, maybe hearing a song that used to be your song or a song that reminds you of them, you may be dreaming about them, a lot of things coming up. Spirit saying it's because they are, they're feeling the same way right now. So whether they're physically in your life somehow right now or not, you are thinking about them because they're thinking about you. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have Ten of Swords reversed. And we have Eight of Swords reversed. And I'm going to pull one more just to clarify the advice. We haven't talked about the advice yet, but let's go ahead and get a card for that as well. And we have Queen of Swords. Okay. All right, Spirit is telling me that this bottom row, and this wasn't the case for the first reading, so I do what they tell me. But this bottom row represents how your person is feeling or thinking or what's going on with them, where this top row is you. Obviously, the roles can be swapped, but these are two very delineated lines here. So your person, while you are feeling, not 100% optimistic, you're wary, your person is actually very, very set and very comfortable with the idea of you two reconnecting. If you look at this card, you can see there's a family and a house in there, and this man sitting on top, and he's sort of looking toward the future. This person wants to grow old with you. They want to see this like dream that he's sitting on come to fruition. And obviously gender aside, if I say he, she, it's just because of the gender on the card. Spirit's saying they want to be with you, and they want to see if it's a possibility to reconnect with you. All right. So where you have the Knight of Swords reversed, uncertain whether to reach out, how to reach out, what to say, how to respond, your person has the Ten of Swords reversed. They, regardless of how this ended and how long ago this ended, they don't want it to be over. They want to resurrect what you once had, but obviously not the same. They know things have changed. They know things will never be the same, and that's what they want. They don't want things to be the way they were before. They want a future with you, not the past. Oh, great. So, where you had the Three of Cups reversed, not sure, if this is a good thing or a bad thing, your person has the Eight of Swords reversed. They're finally in a place where they feel free to be with you 100%. Whatever was in their way before, it could have been, just lessons they needed to learn, stumbling blocks, could have been, a situation that prevented them from being with you 100%, like giving themselves 100% to you. They're finally in a place where they feel free. They personally feel the freedom to pursue what they want. And this is it. This is what they want. Doesn't mean that you have to accept them, but sometimes it helps to just know where the other person is coming from. So let's talk about the advice. We have the Six of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords. Okay. The Spirit is saying the advice cards are frankly for both of you. They want you to not get too hung up on the past. Remember the past. Stay true to the lessons you learned there. But don't get hung up or stuck on what happened then, good, bad, or otherwise. Because it's not, this is not meant to be a repeat of that. Because you also have the Queen of Swords, and you can see this Queen of Swords in particular is, sitting high above the trees, looking out to the future. She's got definitely a bird's eye view of what is to come. And of course, the Queen of Swords thinks clearly, logically, emotion aside. She's very clear on what she wants and doesn't want. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. That's the advice for you, but also for your person. Let go of the past and look toward the future. Now, this could mean that you open yourself to a new opportunity with your person, a new chance to start over, a chance to start from a new beginning. But the only way to do it is to let go of what happened then. And just focus on what you learned and what you want the future to look like. Your person knows what they want the future to look like. Do you? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you do. But Spirit wants you to focus on that. So let's talk about these cards. We have Divine Feminine. This could be you. This could be your person. To me, the Divine Feminine is more about the softness that comes from the feminine side in all of us. And that part of us that knows that we are connected to someone on purpose. Doesn't mean they have to be forever, but it does mean that, certain people come into our lives for a reason. To teach us something, for us to teach them, for each other to grow in some way. And Spirit is saying that you did learn. You did both learn. You learned what you needed to learn from each other, from the situation you were in before. Okay. Hold on one second. I just want to... Felt like they had a message, so I just want to make sure I get it if they do. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to jump ahead a little bit to this dead end card. This obviously can go two ways. One is you can decide, this is a dead end, it's not going anywhere, and just know that your person is thinking about you, wants to build a future with you, wants to reconnect. You can decide it's a dead end and you don't want to go any further. Spirit is not telling me one way or the other what you should do. They're saying that you should pay attention to all the signs. So if you notice, this is a dead end sign, like a street sign. Pay attention to the signs. Make sure you're focused on the future and what you want the future to look like. And you'll come to your own conclusion. For some of you, it will be to let this person back in and to give it a shot. For others of you, it will be no. So because this is a general reading, obviously it's not going to be the same for everybody. I do have personal relationship readings on my website. If you, you want a personal reading on your situation. But Spirit is making it, they're acknowledging how you feel, acknowledging how your person feels, clearly saying that you two did have some kind of divine connection, and that the lesson you were meant to learn then, you did. You both did. And now you're at a point where you have to decide. And so they're just saying, pay attention to the signs. The last card here has a girl trying to fix Humpty Dumpty, who is cracked and spilling milk on the ground. Spirit's saying you can't fix what was broken, right? There's no way to fix what happened then. You learned the lessons you were meant to learn. Hopefully you both got some closure. You've grown from it. You've moved on from it. You can't fix that. But you can start over if you choose to. But 100% that's up to you. All right, group 2, I hope that was helpful. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight into maybe why you're thinking about this person or why they're reaching out. I know you're probably hoping for some confirmed answer on what you should or shouldn't do, but in this particular situation, Spirit's not giving that final answer. So they're giving you the advice you need to get to the final answer for yourself. And hopefully you will get there and have the confidence to know that you're doing what's right for you. All right, group 2, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If this resonated, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment if there's anything you want to know or anything you want to say. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. Okay, we are going to take a look at your relationship. We're going to see, what Spirit wants to tell you about it, sort of their insight, any guidance, any information they can share. it kind of left all up to them. So I've got some initial oracle cards picked for you, but we're going to do some tarot cards as well. So let's flip the oracle cards first and see what's there. And hopefully that will give you some indication whether you're in the right place or not. All right, first card is soulmate, similar, friendship, romantic partner. And we have roller coaster, highest high, adrenaline rush. All right, this is card number 28. This is from the Nicolette Ciccoli Oracle deck. There's no words on it, but I read these cards intuitively. If you're looking at it or not looking at it, what we have is like this girl is basically has this ice cream cone pinned down and she's eating his eyeball. And that's card number 28. All right, last one is card number 16, and it says triggered. All right. Very interesting already. So interesting dynamic for sure. Let's get some more information from the tarot cards, and of course we'll talk about all these cards and go into what's here. As I shuffle, of course, if this reading does resonate with you, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. It just helps other people find my channel, get the messages that are meant for them. If you're looking for a personal reading, I do personal readings. You can book that on my website at pink22tarot.com. All right, your first card is Six of Pentacles. Then we have the Emperor. Yep. And we have Strength in reverse. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card as advice from Spirit, and then we'll get into it. And the advice is Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right, let me take these in real quick and see if Spirit sends me any messages just to get us rolling here. I'll share what I get and we'll talk about what's going on here. All right, I'm going to tell you the first part because there's at the very end of it I didn't quite get, so I'm going to ask again. So clearly from this card, it is about a soulmate connection. To be more precise, it very well could be a twin flame kind of connection. But it does feel like one that has evolved. So, if you're familiar with twin flames, a lot of times they can be very volatile. And a lot of twin flames will end up not staying together because the lessons that they are teaching each other, the mirrors they hold up to each other, are sometimes too challenging. And so, they get saved for another lifetime. But this particular connection, despite some of these like troubling cards, does feel a little bit more evolved. Because you're not killing each other, right? You are, and you're not trying to not that twin flames try to destroy each other, that's not the right, but a lot of times it can feel like a twin flame really is destroying you. As one person runs and the other person, chases, it can be very emotionally volatile. But this does not feel that way. Hold on, let me get the rest of the message from Spirit. Hold on a sec. Yeah, Spirit is saying it isn't like that. It's more like you and your connection are growing together. You're learning from each other. You are supporting each other, but you're also pushing each other to be better, to be truer to yourselves, and to be more of the person that they are meant to be. And there's a part of you and a part of them that understands who the other person is meant to be. It might not be conscious, but there's something in both of you that does tend to push. And a lot of times it can feel like pushing buttons. A lot of times it can feel like someone's triggering you. They're hitting those buttons that make you react. But what I'm seeing is that the reactions are not, they don't get too far out of context. You both have a way of going, maybe after a minute, maybe after a few hours, taking a deep breath. All right, thank you for that. I appreciate what you did for me. Can you maybe be less harsh next time? Or not, you know what I mean? But it does tend to be, it's like you understand each other. You might not always like what the other one says or does, but in most cases, you are both doing things, to each other that are meant for each other's greater good. So that's what Spirit wanted to point out. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, they're saying this reading in your relationship is not about going to extremes. And a lot of times twin flames can go to extremes. It's not about going to extremes. It's about settling in and understanding each other and loving each other and loving yourself and allowing yourself to be loved. Okay. All right, let's talk about the cards. First card you have is the Six of Pentacles. There is there is a very easy give and take between the two of you. Sometimes one gives more and the other one takes more or receives more, and sometimes the role is swapped. But what they're saying with this particular, even though this is a pentacle card, they're showing it with water coming out of the teapot. And they're saying, what are you saying? Okay, they're saying the cup is never empty. It's never empty. The pot never runs out of water. In other words, it may swap who is holding the pot, who is giving and who is accepting. And that balances out over time. But it never runs out of water, which means that the love you have for each other is a continual flow. It may change form, it may change dynamic, but it doesn't run out. Okay. Then we have the Emperor. This is an energy of, is this their person's energy? No. Okay. They're talking about the dynamic of your relationship. At least right now. And I do feel like this possibly changes over time. You know, just like the giving and the taking, you swap roles. But right now there is, you know, it's like one of you, it feels like one of you feels like one is more in control and the other one is a little bit more at the, okay, they just wanted me to say it. I was trying to find a nicer way to say this, but they're saying it's a little bit like one of you pulls the other one's strings. You may feel like your person, controls the ropes. And if you notice on this Emperor, he does have these strings that are connected to these people down below. You know, like a marionette kind of. You may sometimes feel like your person pulls all the strings and calls the shots, makes the rules. That may or may not be true, but it does feel like that's how one of you feels. I'm guessing it's probably you watching this video. Or you may be watching this and know that your partner feels this way about you. It could go either way. But we'll get more information about this as well. Spirit is saying this is a temporary situation. This puppet master sort of thing. They're saying it's not as bad as you think it is, or they think it is. And it's also not as true as you think it is. But there is some element of them pushing things in a certain direction with you to help you get where you need to be. Okay. Yeah, Spirit is saying that it's going to feel, or it does feel like your person is calling all the shots, making all the decisions, deciding when to go, where to go, what to do. But it's not quite as cut and dry as that. It's not as fixed as that, they're saying. You are both in on these decisions. It's almost just like you're leaving it up to your person to verbalize it. But Spirit is saying that rarely do they make decisions that you don't play a part in, that you don't have some say in. It's not so black and white as that. Okay. And then we have the Strength card in reverse. Okay. Spirit is saying you're not always the kindest either. So you may feel like your person is pulling your strings, telling you what to do. Spirit's words were, you're not always the kindest either. You don't always want to accept the help that's being given to you. And when you do, you don't always do it quite so graciously. And I'm sure it can go both ways. Yeah, the Spirit's saying there's an element here of wanting to be the boss. But you're still relinquishing control to them in a lot of ways. And so when they do certain things or make certain decisions, sometimes it upsets you. Just because you want to be the one in control. You want to be the one to say how it's going to go. It's interesting. All right, let's get a little more information. Let's get more detail here. We have Five of Pentacles reversed. We have Nine of Swords reversed. And we have Five of Cups reversed. And I'm going to pull one more to clarify the advice. We haven't talked about the advice yet, but we'll go ahead and get a second card for it. And we have Seven of Wands reversed. Okay. So with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles reversed, this relationship has evolved, right? From 5 to 6. It's evolved. It has, previously, there may have been a time when you felt very lonely, you felt very alone, even with your person in your life. There may have been times when, like the traditional twin flame relationship, where you want to be around them and you crave them and you want their attention and their company, and the more you want it, the more they want to just get the heck away from you. It's a very weird, like, it's like magnets that are facing the wrong direction. The closer one gets, the further the other one goes away. Eventually, you work your way to the magnets facing each other the correct way, and bam, you're inseparable. But you have worked your way through this loneliness, this reaching this feeling of abandonment by your person, and now into a place of more balance, a more balanced give and take. Now with the Emperor and the Nine of Swords reversed, again, that feeling of them calling the shots, pulling the strings. But you have the Nine of Swords reversed here, saying, okay, to be real, it's not as big of a deal as sometimes you think it is. In other words, there are other times when you are quite happy to relinquish control, to like relinquish some like decision making to them. Part of it is a fear of failure. Part of it is you overthinking things to the point where sometimes you don't want to make a decision. But if you notice on this card, all the eyes that are on her, it's in reverse. Part of you wants to sort of step back in the shadow and let them lead. Is there anything else on that, Spirit? Yeah. Sometimes you let them go and do their thing and be who they are, because it releases some of the worries you have, some of the concerns you have. You don't like to be wrong, and a lot of times you worry to death when you have to make decisions about your life, or even just things that you do together. It's different degrees, big to small, but yeah, Spirit's saying you don't like to worry about all the details. Part of you really likes putting it in someone else's hands. But again, sometimes when they do make decisions, or they say the wrong thing, or they trigger you, sometimes you can snap with the Strength card reversed. Sometimes you can say harsh things, you can be less than kind. It's quick to go away. And with the Five of Cups reversed, it's not something that lasts. It's like a flash in the pan. Neither one of you spends a lot of time dwelling on these little outbursts of yours, any more than, you may be dwelling on your person's, a little bit controlling sort of energy. Okay, interesting. So before we get to the advice, we'll talk through these a little bit. Obviously, we talked about this, soulmate, the roller coaster. Y'all have been up and down and all around, highs and lows, and things moving quickly and things stopping. I feel like you've been through a lot with this person, even if you haven't been with them for very long. You've been through the whole spectrum of emotion, and yet you're still connected. And there's a reason for that. There is a reason. You do both have to be cautious about always remembering and being remembering who your person is, and that they are a person that may or may not show how they're feeling outwardly. Doesn't mean they don't feel. Your person may trigger you, absolutely. And not mean to, but they do. And it could be that they're not quite careful enough with some of the things they say or do to catch that trigger before it comes out, right? But then here's you, same as the Strength card reversed, not always being, a kind recipient. But I do see here that you would both give to each other everything you have. And I hear the ice cream cone is giving its eye to her, and I don't know, is the hand reaching to give her the eye or to take it back? And is that a smile on its face? It's a feeling like the two of you do have your ups and downs, your triggers, your hurt moments, your arguments. But the love there, this unconditional love, is so strong. Like, here, you might have me pinned down, you're mad at me, you're upset about something. Here's my eye. Maybe it'll help you see differently. It's a really special relationship you both have, honestly. All right, so let's talk about the advice. We have the Seven of Cups reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed. 2 sevens. It's a divine partnership. Absolutely divine partnership. One that starts deep, deep within your soul. Reversals often represent energy that is internalized. Okay, hold on one second. I feel like Spirit's saying something. Yeah. Okay. All right. They're wanting to remind you that with your person, especially with the Seven of Cups reversed. You know, the Seven of Cups is generally a card of options, right? And they're saying it's not so much a matter of what you do. It's a matter of who you're doing it with, and to keep that in perspective. Know who your person is, right? Know their importance in your life and the value in your life, and vice versa, right? Because when you argue, it's not, I mean, sometimes it's just because you're in a bad mood, whatever. But when you push each other's buttons, it's not just to tick each other off. It's to help each other grow. And Spirit's just wanting you to remember to always just try to remind yourself of who they are and where they came from. Meaning, if you believe this is a divine partnership, a soulmate, a twin flame, that this relationship was destined. It was, you know, it's divine. And trust that the divine brought you two together for a reason. And so try to just honor that. Just try to honor that. And then with the Seven of Wands reversed, a couple things they're saying here. One is, don't worry about being right. Don't worry about who wins. Don't worry about who's on top. It's not about that with the two of you. It shouldn't be about that. Because it's an even give and take. Even if sometimes it doesn't look like it, you both give to each other in ways that some are very obvious and some are less obvious. And the other one is they're wanting to show this card, a short upright, because I think it's easier to see. The way he's got these bars, and love, is a tattoo on him, but love is behind bars. They're wanting you to put the bars down. Let the wall down, both of you. Surrender to the love. Be okay with being the one who has to accept sometimes. You know what I mean? Allow them to give to you and be gracious and open to accepting. When the time comes for the role to be reversed and you to give to them, you will, wholeheartedly, but you'll also hope that they will accept what you're giving them just as graciously. This isn't a competition. It never was. And it never will be. It really isn't. All right, anything else, Spirit? Okay, Spirit is saying, this is very profound. Spirit is saying there is more to this life than you think. You're here for a reason. Spend it with the person who challenges you and pushes you to be your best self in every way. Comfortable is no way to live. Uncomfortably comfortable is better. So, please take that as it resonates for you. But thank you for that final message, Spirit. All right, group 3, that's all I have for you. I hope that helps. I hope it just kind of gives you a little insight from Spirit's point of view on your relationship. And I would love to hear how things are going with you all. If you want to drop me a comment down below. All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.